I had no idea there was personal development. See, we all as humans, we see the world as we are. So the mind we come from, the way some of us don't see the forest through the trees. Some of us we have tunnel vision, even though, we don't have RP, but our mind has tunnel vision. Some of us have certain beliefs that limit us. Some of us don't know it's possible or don't believe it is. And when you shape a mind around that type of thought process, it creates struggle, frustration, self-pity, depression, addiction. Drop out of college, drop out of high school, getting the job or getting a job that's underwhelming. It's not really up to my abilities, but it's better than nothing. So that was me. And because I shaped a mind around I'm less than. I'm not as smart or good as these sighted people. And I know that a lot of people don't have that. But the majority do have a little something percolating at times that helps keep them stuck, though they don't think so. So when I started reading books, and I remember having aha moments. You mean I can choose? I'm not a victim? But I didn't ask for this disease. I don't deserve this disease. This isn't fair. And one book said, life is not fair. You deserve nothing. I'm like, oh, you mean nobody's going to make it better for me? I mean, there isn't a person that's going to show up and solve all the outside problems that are causing my suffering? No. You're creating those. And you have the power to look within to make changes in your life, to choose to think, to act, and respond differently. And I went, oh, this is going to take a while. So anyway, I went on one of my first conferences. I jumped on a plane. Now, I traveled a little for my company back then. I was in the adaptive tech business. Setting up an environment for people to come in and try out equipment. So anyway, but every trip I went on up to that point, I went alone. And no, I didn't. I don't know why I said that. Because all of a sudden on my screen off to the right, I got really big. Kristen's playing with something on her end. And I was like, whoa, every trip I did, whether it was to CSUN, ATI, the conferences, I always had someone with me. So I had my sighted person guiding me, and not really guiding me, but there. And now I went alone, and that was scary. I remember the first time traveling. I just showed up. I did it. I was nervous. Oh my God, I'm going to mail. Oh, I was so anxious and stressful. And I got there and I went to a 4-day event, and I got there, and I remember checking in, getting in my room, and that was hard, finding that. I'm like, God, these places are so difficult. Poor me. Can't believe it's so hard to find the room, and nobody cares, and nobody's around to just walk up and help me. I was too afraid to ask for help at that time in my life. So I went to the conference the first day, and the first day you walk into a registration. Hi, I'm Charlie Collins. I'm here. Oh, here you go. And they hand you a magnetic name badge that says my name. And it was in pretty large print. And so I went in, and I had a wonderful first day. Gosh, I heard a lot of things. I listened to many CDs. I read some books through audio, and I really started understanding the Aladdin factor and maximum confidence and things that I wanted in life. I wanted more. So I wanted this conference so bad. And first day was pretty darn amazing. I couldn't believe that Jack Canfield, the Chicken Soup for the Soul guy, was standing on a stage like right in front of me. And I was like, how is it that I'm in this room? This is amazing. Okay, day one over. I went back to my room and excitedly called my wife, tell her how this is so great. Took notes, reviewed, did everything they told me. Went to bed, got up early, went back. Day two. There's long tables outside. This is in California, so it was beautiful out. Long tables, and I'm like, what are these tables? And as I got closer, I realized there were name badges on there. And there was like 350 of them. and it was forever. And I went, oh, I saw people walk up, they'd scan the table, grab their name badge, I heard click, click, and they'd walk in. Well, I want to get in there right away, early, because I could not stand walking into a room with a lot of people in it and trying to navigate to find a seat. Because I might look stupid. Why would you need help finding a chair? Well, I'm legally blind, but I don't want to tell you that yet. I'm not there yet. I don't want to be different. I just want to be there. So I knew to go early so I could easily navigate the room and find a chair. But now I've gotten something. Oh, I hit a wall and I can't find my badge at first. So people would go in, nobody around. I'd quickly do the low vision dive, I call it. and that's where my head goes. My nose is scrubbing the table and I'm trying to find, going back and forth and I can't find it. So I try, people coming, I stand up and kind of stand there and look away. They get theirs and go. So I'm like, I'm out of here. The pressure from not being able to find my badge had gotten me to where fear came up in my body. What happens when fight or flight? Then we could freeze, like panic, freeze, and faint. Well, I was in the fight or flight. I don't want to fight, but flighting is the thing to do. So that meant I'm done. This isn't for me. I was wrong thinking I could grow and become a better person, better man, better businessman, all those things that the books told me. It's not for me. I'm just going to go back to my room and then schedule my plane and get out of here. Let all those nice-sighted people live a better life than me because I'm not worthy. And then something I read in a book said, just ask. Just ask. So a lady came up. I said, excuse me, would you help me find my name badge? I forgot my glasses in my room. I lied. And because I was too afraid to tell her. I mean, what happens if she had a judgment about me? I had judgments about me. You know, if you were thinking what I was thinking, that's what made me scared. Because that chip on my shoulder that I'm a victim. I don't deserve this. I shouldn't be legally blind. I want to be one of them. I want to be sighted, happy, and have the ability to navigate and get around my world with ease. But that wasn't my world. So I asked her, she said, oh, it's right over here. And, you know, I'm thinking I'm going to teach a course on alphabetization. That's a big word. Helping them alphabetize. And they were really large print, so I couldn't get mad at that. So she handed it to me, clicked it, and I ran in. And I'm like, oh, good. Most people don't like to sit in the very front. I do. Because I feel connected more and I can see a little better. And there was some seats and I just sat down and my heart was pounding. Oh God, this is scary. And we went through the first session and then there was a break and I went up to Jack Canfield. I mean, this is Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul guy. And I went, hi. He said, hello. Oh, he talked to me. And and I mean, this is where I was coming from. I didn't realize I was worthy of a man, a multi-millionaire, 500 million copies of books sold, thought that it was okay to talk to me. I thought he picked and chose to, I mean, I had the wrong paradigm. And he said, hello, welcome to our event. I'm so glad you're with us. I said, yeah, me too. I said, can I just share a little story? I've been reading a couple of your books. And he's like, please, got plenty of time. I'm like, now he's giving me time. So I shared a story about the name badge and all that. And he goes, interesting. Okay, well, really glad you're here. And, that you made it through that. And sit back down. And I'm in the second row or so. And he's standing up on stage. And he says to one of his assistants, hey, Beth, can you bring a microphone over to Charlie? And to the best of my eyesight, I feel that he has moved and might be looking over my way. And I'm thinking, I look down, I look to the right, to the left, and I'm like, there better be a Charlie over here. Because I don't know why he would say, bring a microphone to me. I didn't ask to do this. There's 350 people in a room. And they're smarter, and they're authors, they're coaches, they're lawyers, they're doctors. These are smart people. And then there's me. And he said to me, he said, no, Charlie, right there in the second row. My heart. I mean, ba-boom, ba-boom. Oh my God, he is talking about me. And she goes, hi, are you Charlie? No, I just changed my name. Yes. Okay, here's the microphone. Well, I don't want this thing. And I'm holding it like, and Jack says, Charlie, would you mind standing up? I said, yes. And he said, please stand up. I want to talk for a minute with you. I said, okay. And he said, so let's talk about what you told me on the break. I said, no, thank you. And everybody started laughing, and that actually helped a little. You know, I'm not ready to do that. That was in confidence. And so he said, Charlie, how long have you been carrying this? That you're less than, that you don't deserve, or you're not worthy with you. I said, still am, obviously, all your life, huh? Because you have a disability, because you have a disease in your eye, you feel you're not worthy, that people that can see are better than you and deserve more than you. And he goes, and I didn't answer. I just stood there like, uh-huh. And he said, okay. So you finally decided to ask someone for help, and they helped you. Who's the person that Charlie asked for help? A lady stands up. Hi, did that bother you that he asked you for help? She's like, not at all. I wanted to. Oh, okay, great. He said, how many people in this room, if Charlie asked for you to help him with something through the weekend or whatever it was, would think that's a burden and you don't want to help him? And nobody, but how many would like to help him? Everybody in the place stood up and started clapping like a standing ovation, the loudest noise. And that was a pivotal moment in my life. That was not only an aha, something shifted in me. I felt lifted up and connected to whatever. Okay. I remember going, this is really embarrassing now because they're clapping for me. I don't deserve this. And Jack said, you need to stop it now. Will you make a commitment to me? And he was getting hard on the voice to stop doing this to yourself. You're creating your suffering. And I was like, this is one of the meanest men I've ever met. I hate him. And thank God I love him, you know, because of that moment. And people came up to me and he said, do you know why we're here? Yeah, to make you richer. No, I don't know why we're here. Don't ask me hard questions. And he said, we're here to help each other. We're here. We're all on this planet to be of service and to help each other, to survive, to thrive, and to be successful. Why do you think everybody in this room got excited if you needed help? Would you help? I said, I love helping people. What are you kidding me? I love being able to help someone. He said, that's why we're here. And stop robbing that opportunity from people. Oh, now he's going to get mean again. He said, do you realize that by not asking, do you realize that your needs are just as important as everybody's in this room, but they're no better than? And they're no worse than. And the fact that you selfishly hold back asking for help doesn't give someone else the opportunity to feel wonderful after being of service to you. I'm like, oh, I got my money's worth. Holy jeez. So that was the beginning. And fast forward, Jack Canfield has written the foreword to my book called Tripping into the Light. Jack Canfield, I'm in 2 of his books. I've written stories for 2 of his books. I've been on his stage many, many times. I have overcome and stepped through because of that moment. I've been able to do things that my vision that I was trying to create for my life back then never would have been a part of. It blows my mind what we're all capable of doing once we remove the blocks we have built.